Remember that one dessert that made you feel like a kid, that you just really felt like home? Well, for me, it was my mom's donuts, my mom's cinnamon nutmeg cake donuts. We affectionately call them Ma's favorites. And I thought I had my last. That was until my sister shared her handwritten recipe card. Yep, a little emotional there, but I didn't think I was ever gonna have them again until she shared it with me. So we took a little bit of keto adjustments to that recipe, and I'm gonna share with you today my favorite donut, Ma's favorite donuts. Welcome to our kitchen and Keto with Kenny. So these donuts are so easily plain, but yet delicious and wonderful, and can be enhanced with a little bit of sugar glaze or dipped in a little chocolate icing, or just eaten straight out of the refrigerator from cooling. My mom used to make so many of these. She'd put them in gallon Ziploc bags and we'd freeze them. So we'd have them for dessert, we'd have them for breakfast, we'd have them on road trips, and they remind me of home. So I'm gonna share those today. So there's not a lot of ingredients, and it's fairly easy to mix. So I've already turned on our oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I've already greased our donut pan to do it. You can fry these as well. They're a little difficult to fry simply because of the mixture and the change that we've done with the keto friendliness is going to change that up slightly a bit. Air fryer may work as well. So if you use an air fryer trying this with, let me know in the comments below how well it works, or if it's a fail, or just keep going like we've got it. So these are our ingredients. Like I said, there's not very many of them. But they all take a little bit of order to do. So let's get started. First off, we're gonna go ahead and we're going to separate our eggs from the yolks. So in a lot of recipes, you need the whites. So we are looking, not us, we're looking for the yolks. So we're going to save our whites for breakfast tomorrow and make an egg white omelet. So we're just going to do here, keeping the shells out, maybe. That one's not gonna work with this, so we're gonna have to pick the shells out of that one, but that's all right. We're still gonna be able to use, so we're just gonna do just like that. We've got that yolk. And before we get too far, we'll pull those shells out. If you know a better way to do cracking eggs and being able to separate, let me know. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know your trick on how to best take care of that. That one worked a little better. One more. That one cracked really easy. Of course, it's the last one. There we are. I'll set those whites off to the side, give my hands a little rinse. All dried there. Then we're going to take our butter, so which is 3 tablespoons of butter, and we're just going to pour that right in. Softened butter so that you can make it mix and whisk really easily. We're just going to add that in. And before we move to the next one, we're just going to go ahead and kind of get those yolks broken up, starting to mix together. Then we're going to take 3/4 of a cup of allulose sweetener. So we've got powdered allulose sweetener. It's a little less sweet than your monk fruit. So if you wanted to do monk fruit to a little sweeter in your donuts, you're gonna want to get powdered. Powdered is easier to mix in, so we're gonna just add that 3/4 of a cup of allulose in there. I'm gonna give this a nice mix. And then my mom's recipe calls for buttermilk, or even in her writing, soured milk. So we are not going to use soured milk. We're not going to use buttermilk simply because of the lactose sugar in there. But we are going to use 3/4 of a cup of sour cream. So we're going to get our sourness from the sour cream, get a little bit more moisture as well. And we'll get these mixed up. And then we're going to mix our other dry ingredients together that's got all our flavoring. We're going to use 2 different kinds of flour. We're using almond flour and coconut flour, just to give it a nice flavorful set. That coconut flour holds a little bit more moisture. It's going to thicken it up a little bit. So we're just going to mix this all in. And you want to get it all mixed really, really well. Really nice consistency there. So we're going to set that to the side. We're going to take our dry ingredients. So I've already added 2 cups of almond flour and let me double check on and then a half a cup of our coconut flour. So you can see the slight difference in the color there between the two. And then we've got all of our spices. So I've got 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and then a half teaspoon of salt, a half teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. We're just gonna place that all in together and then just use our fork and just mix those dry ingredients all up. So we've got our almond flour, our coconut flour, and our seasonings. So we're halfway there with our dough. We just want to make sure that we've not got a clump of anything. Sometimes that baking powder or baking soda has a tendency to clump, and we just want to make sure that we've got it all mixed in together. I can smell that cinnamon and nutmeg. Definitely makes me feel like a kid again. So we'll get these going. Let's see, we've got that all mixed in together. And now we're going to take our liquid and just kind of pour in and just keep mixing it in. Just gonna kind of fold together, getting it all a nice consistent mix. We're gonna use a spoon here. Make sure we get every bit out. And I just made a realization. Knowing sometimes you have an epiphany of, oh my goodness, these are my mom's bowls. She probably actually made these donuts in one of these bowls. Definitely taking me back as a kid. So now we're just gonna get this all mixed in. As you can see, it starts to get thick. So we're going to use a spoon and just kind of ladle it into our donut tray for cooking. You can see how thick this gets. That coconut flour is definitely absorbing the moisture in there. And she used to take this from here and roll it out and use a cookie cutter, biscuit cutter with the center making the donuts into it. So we're not gonna have that. So we're gonna make a mess with this. We're gonna use our hands, use our spoon, and we're just going to fill our pre-oiled donut. So we're just gonna take it and just gonna make it fit nicely around. It's gonna take a little bit longer, so bear with me. You only want to fill them about 3/4. I've kind of got a little bit more going in these. But we'll see where we're at. And we're probably going to be able to make 2 batches. So if I had a second pan or second tray, I'd be able to just put them all in together. But we're going to do this one, get 6 of them together, and we'll give it a try. So you're going to cook it for about 20 to 25 minutes. It all depends on kind of watching the donuts as well, depending on how crispy brown you like yours or how soft in the center. Totally up to you. I like mine crispy. My mom would fry them, so I may save a little bit of this dough, put a little bit of avocado oil in my skillet, and see if I can fry up just some small little donut hole type. We're just gonna use our fingers to do the rest. Got a little too much in that one, so we're gonna make sure we get another donut later. There we go, we'll take some out of that one as well. Make sure that our donut holes are ready there. And they're ready to go in the oven. So since our oven's ready, 350, let's put them in for about 20-25 minutes and we'll see what comes out. All right, our donuts are out of the oven and cooled. It took a lot less cooking, more like 10 minutes than 20. So I'm gonna run a knife around and see if we can get these to come out. Well, they don't look as beautiful, but they're still donuts, and I can smell that they smell just like what my mom used to make. So let's just give it a try right here. No icing, no nothing.
definitely take me back to being a kid. They taste just like, they may not have come out perfect and wonderful, but they solved that craving that I had as a little kid. If you like what you see and you'd like to see more keto friendly desserts, food items, other, we have coffee. We were working on a matcha bullet coffee too. Give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and then notify so that you know when the next one's coming out. Who knows what it may be. Our donuts were a fail for our donut pan. They didn't turn out nicely. They're really delicious, but not beautiful donuts. So they're great for your cravings, but not so much if you're gonna serve to anybody, or at least not any friends. So what we've done is I've taken the rest of our batter, or our donut dough, and I've got my skillet going. I've added avocado oil, so it's got a higher heat and a no flavor. You don't want to use olive oil because you're going to taste that olive oil in your donut. So I've got it set to 350. I've just rolled out a couple little donut holes. And we're just going to set them in and see if this gives us a little better result than our baking pan. It could all just go right into one big giant spot of dough. And then again, it could just be wonderful. We've got a couple in there. We'll give that just a little cover there. I'll set that to the side. Let me wash my hands. Got a couple tongs. It's starting to get a little bit. Oh yeah, it might. We might have to smash them down just a little bit more so that they cook throughout. And again, it might be a little too warm. This could just be a failure all around. We may not be able to convert this recipe as is. I may have to go back to the drawing board and do some work on it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a fail. So if you like what you see, and understand this is real, this is not AI generated. We definitely have failures, we have mistakes. I'm going back to the drawing board on these donuts. They taste like my mom's donuts, my favorite mom's donuts, but they're not coming out as nice as I want them to. So instead of showing and having, until next time, here's to health and happiness.